In this video, we're going to go over adding program goals to your program review workspace. So when you first log into Nuventive, you're going to use the pull-down menu to find your program. In this case, I'm in the history program. And then we're going to use the hamburger menu on the left to go to the program review workspace, use the caret. And then I want you to scroll down to the Goals, Action Plans, and Updates section. We're going to come back to the Program Review section on another video. So Goals, Action Items, Updates. So we're going to select that workspace. And in this particular section, you're going to see all the goals that have been added to your program. The goals from TaskStream were imported to the best of our ability into your current program. Remember, these little things right here are called cards. These white areas are all called cards. You can open them by selecting the ellipsis over here and selecting open. You can also do a couple of things. You can use this goal status to pull down the active goals, or at some point in time you may have inactive goals. All the goals that were brought in from TaskStream were added as active goals. You'll also see over here that they're showing that there are eight of 8 goals for this particular program, which is history. And you can also search by keyword if you needed to find a particular goal if you had multiple goals. If you need to add a new goal, you can use the green plus over here to add a new goal. To review the goals that are currently in your program, you will see all of them on this goal homepage. And then you can use, as I said, the ellipsis over here to open the program goal. Once you open the program goal, you can go through each one of these areas and add updates as needed or additions or edits as needed. You can also use the center menu to move to another goal as you need to, or once you close it, you can go back to the home page, the goal homepage that shows all the goals. So let's walk through one of the goals and reviewing your goals. In this case, the first thing you're going to fill out is the goal short name. And then when you see lines that have an asterisk, that means that that's a required line. You won't be able to save this card until you have completed any of the areas that have an asterisk next to them. So you're going to give your goal a short name. And then the next area you're going to do is give a more detailed description of the goal. And then you're going to add a status. Most of the goals that we brought over from TaskStream were identified as active whenever possible. The beginning year, we identified all the goals as a beginning year of 22-23 because this is really the first year we're going to have in Nuventive. And the projected completion year, you'll need to fill that out. Do you expect to complete it in 22-23? What year do you expect to complete this? Just because it's in this particular cycle doesn't mean that it may carry over to another cycle. So you can select what year you expect to complete the goal. So once you have all this information saved or completed, you can go over here and you can say save and add new, meaning you're going to add a new goal, or save and close, or you can just click save. If you save it, then what you can do is you can go to the next tab, which is adding an action plan for this goal. So under that goal action plan, you'll see here we have goal 1, and I've labeled this action item 1 and given that a title. So in order to open up the action plan, same as the other cards, you can select the ellipsis, select open, and then you're going to complete the various areas required for the action plan. What year is your action plan? When do you expect to work on this action plan, in other words? Give your action plan a short name. I suggest that you assign it to a goal so that you automatically know that this particular action plan goes to this goal, even though it does say it up here. And then add an action item description, and then how will this action support your program goals or your program learning outcomes. What you can also do, in order to see all the information for this goal, you can select show details. And here it's going to show you this is your goal, retention and success, the goal status is active, and then it gives a description of the goal. Remember, you can go from one goal to the other on the previous page. So once you've added this information, then you can select save. Let's say I'll just add some more information there. It'll allow me to save it. Remember, I can also choose save and close or save and new. And once I close this, then it's going to take me back to my action plan tab. So I can select goal number 1 again. I can make sure I have my action plan complete and close it. So now for goal number 1, I have completed that. I have an action plan for that particular goal. And this particular goal has 3, 4, 5 action plans. So you could have more than one action plan per goal, and you would just complete cards for each one of your action plans. In order to add a new action plan, you're just going to select the green plus like you do in all the other screens. So here's the green plus. It gives you the blank screen to add your action plans. Since I didn't add anything, I can just delete that. So now we're going to align. In this case, we're going to align the goals to the college-wide priorities or to the institutional learning outcomes. It's really easy to do. So in this case, this is goal number 1. And if I wanted to align it to ISLO number 1, I would just select that particular ISLO. If I wanted to do number 4, I could do that. And then if I wanted to go back and align it to the college-wide priorities, let me make sure I save this, then I could go to the college-wide priorities. And I already have some marked here where I could align it to that. Once you make your alignments, you can choose again, save and add new, or save and close. If I select save and close, it will take me back to my goal homepage. So I can select that again, go back to my alignments. If I select, I'll say this, if I select save and new, let's see what happens. Now what it's going to do, if I select save and new, it shows me all my goals and I can align them all at one time really easy on one screen. So I can align any goal to any college-wide priority. I can select ISLOs and all my goals are here and I can go through and align them all on one screen. So really easy to do. So I suggest that you just do one and then select save and new, and then that will take you where all your goals are showing. And then once you're finished aligning all your goals to the ISLOs, college-wide priorities, just select save and close, and it will take you back to your goals. And you can continue to do this through each one of these. So this is goal number 2, make an action plan for it, align it, which I probably already have if I did that on the first goal. The next step you want to take after you have your goals, you've created your action plan, at the end of the year or the end of the cycle, you'd want to come back and do your updates. So you're updating the action plans. You're not updating the goals, you're updating the action plan. In this case, I'm on goal number 2, but I could go back to goal number 1 and look at my action plans and I could update that. In order to add an update, I would just select add and then complete the fields for the action plan update. You can use it will default to the current date, but you can change it to a previous date. You would select the academic year that this update was made, 22-23, give a text description of your update, add a status, has this action plan been met or completed or not met? And then if you wanted to, you could add any supporting information. There's a text box here. Once you click into that text box, you'll see a typical formatting bar like you would see in any Word document. You can also attach documents if you'd like. Maybe you want to attach a copy of your action plan, some results or something that you were able to find. And then when you're done, you can close it. And I don't want to save this because I'm not finished with this action plan. At any time, you can go back to the goals. You can filter through the goals really easily. And so make sure as you go through, I'm going to go back to the program workspace, program goals and action items. Close that, sorry. And you can see all your goals. Make sure that the goals that are currently in your program are current and active. Add as much information and update the information as when you first get into the program review workspace. If you have any questions about this, you can please let me know.